Hey everybody. Okay, so today we are on week 2 of The Lady of the Bones, her season of Illuminations. The next mystery is the scales. She holds the scales not of judgment but of justice. Judgment comes from within, based in our own perceptions, assumptions, and capacity to understand. Justice is external, based in community, how we act, and our actions upon others. We cannot judge anyone but ourselves because we cannot know the depth, the history, or the heart of another. What we see is just the moment, a snapshot of the surface and from our own perspective. Justice is weighing the actions of one person upon another, how we speak, treat, and move with the souls around us. Not just limited to humans, but all the souls in the garden we share together. For it is in all the life that we as a single soul experience life. So as we go through and go deeper into this mystery with the Divine Mother over the course of this week, if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, you're going to be thinking about this mystery from a perspective of self, internally, you. If you are in the Northern Hemisphere, you are going to be thinking about this from an external, the world, the communities, the countries, the cultures that we live within, the people that we're connected to, those that are around us. As we take deep dives and reflect on ourselves within this, what does that look like for us? How are we judging? How are we judging ourselves for the self group? How are we judging other people? For those that are in the Northern, that are looking at world. What does justice mean? What is real justice? What is the core? What are the modalities of justice? And where are we seeing injustices? What can we do about those injustices? If it is self, how are we being unjust within ourselves? What are we ignoring? What are, how are we treating ourselves? When we're looking at external world, what's going on in our world? What is happening? Where are we seeing injustices? How can we contribute and move with that? How can we heal that? Where can we stand up? And how do we stand up? Do we do this from our day-to-day actions? Is there larger aspects that we're incorporating? We've got a lot of things going on in our world. And different places have different modalities of injustices going on. How do we connect to that? How are we, as an individual, what are the choices that we're making in that? How are we having conversation? What are we thinking or doing about injustices? So this week, as you're moving through and thinking about this from these perspectives and connecting to the Divine Mother and the way that she's moving, and how she moves in this mystery. Where are overlaps? What's missing? What do we need to bring in? What do we need to strengthen? Where is our weakness? Know your weakness. It's not a bad thing. We all have them. We're all going to be a little bit weak in an area and stronger in another. How does our weakness affect our strength? How do we allow it to affect our strength? And how do we use our strength to overcome our weakness? These are all questions. These are questions that we can be asking internally. They are questions we can be pulling our tarot and oracle for, if that is your mode. They're questions we can be asking the Divine Mother in meditation and trance spaces. There are things that we can be asking to be revealed to us when we are saying her mystery rosary this week. So keep in mind the scales, that balance, not always equally balanced, but balanced for alignment. Her scales aren't always equal, but they're balanced for alignment. What does that mean to you? What does that look like to you?